correct.
Yeah, most definitely. Let's taking a look at the data here. Kill participation-wise, of course, Krite is up there, 65%. And of course, his signature pick is Sicilian. But on the other side, though, he is going up against Facehugger, the anchor of Aura Fire. 71% kill participation and as well as averaging 7.4 on assist. Yeah, this guy, Facehugger, is still the one to watch. I feel like Facehugger should be the key target from side of EVOS Legends.
Something that I would like to highlight is Hai's Retribution game, man. Like, sometimes it falters and at the wrong time, and going against someone as consistent as Fursic on that Retribution, that's going to be something that we have to look forward to, you know, observing. And now we're going to take a look at the team head-to-head here, database on Aura Fire as well as EVOS Legends.
It is interesting to see EVOS Legends winning on the first tower because I feel like Aura Fire, they like to play the early game. They like to somehow control the early game as well as lanes. And yeah, it's where the mid game is usually actually falters. But as per the data, actually EVOS Legends is the one who is leading that category. Previous match history, it is still Aura Fire 2-0. We will see though, will EVOS Legends look for the revenge?
What I do want to say is that this makes sense because EVOS Legends, they usually play with, let's say, the Sicilian, who in the mid game is better and therefore are able to get more towers than those turtles, who Aura Fire loves to go for. But these are your keys to victory here by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
Be aggressive at the early game and as well as be disciplined as well, shutting down Krite's high ground movement. And yeah, I feel like Krite should be the target for side of Aura Fire, especially on that Sicilian, minimizing and as well as mid-game misplays. I talked about this earlier just a bit. Yeah, they should be more disciplined in the mid-game as well. Fanny and Popol and Koopa can be the key. We saw this yesterday against Onyx. It worked out well for them. We'll have to see here. Perhaps the same approach, if not the same heroes. Enjoy the game and no pressure. Even though the stakes are high, as a pro player, you need to have that sort of mentality. Let's take a look at the EVOS Legends side here. Contest picking Xavier and as well as optimizing Krite's high ground hero potential. Xavier, Cecilia, and any type of hero. Even sometimes the Kagura, okay, not a strong high ground hero, but the burst potential is just there. Pressuring Kabuki's lane. Kabuki is one of the main anchors as well, so I feel like EVOS Legends, if not Facehugger, they should focus on Kabuki as well. Be disciplined when setting up team fight and objectives. This goes for both teams, EVOS Legends and as well as Aura Fire, and as well as, yeah, I feel like countering Aura's aggressive gameplay. But how do you want to go to counter it is going to be the question. Will it go heart to heart or just kite that counter aggressive gameplay?
Yeah, the last key to victory there was limit Hai's jungle position, as we're going to take a look at the poster here. Mambara versus Mamburu.
Yeah, this is basically the last chance of an organization, a team that hasn't won a trophy to go to the top 3 stage, to the final day. Usually we've only seen 3 champions in MPLID since the franchise league. Aura, no. We've only seen EVOS, Onyx, and RRQ. If Aura wins here today, it's history. They are writing history. If EVOS wins, it's literally just going to be the same thing. Those top 3 teams still dominating MPL Indonesia. But now it's time to take a look at the talents prediction that is very orange here today. Whoa, 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 whoa. I did not expect this. I thought you were going to go for EVOS, Gani.
Honestly, it was hard for me, but I'm with Aura Fire now. After seeing Hai lifting up that trophy for the first team jungler, and today, after seeing Paul Levy lifting up that Coach of the Season award, now my heart goes to Aura Fire.
Look at the audience prediction by TikTok from MPLID social media though. This is the closest it has ever been. 51-49.
And this is against EVOS Legends.
Whoa.
One of the teams that have the biggest fan base, right?
Wow, exactly.
So really, Aura Fire, definitely the people's champions today.
I'm quite surprised here as well here.
Wow.
It is all orange in the caster's desk, but you guys out there seem to agree with us, even though it's just 1%.
1% agrees with us. An extra 1%, I guess, right? Well, technically 51% agreed with us, but an additional 1% to the EVOS fans.
True.
But wow, whoa. I'm still so baffled by that audience prediction. We've never really seen EVOS struggle in that department.
That's true.
Maybe they struggled against RRQ. That's it, right? But when you're talking about this awesome match, you need an awesome phone. to play this game, and you guys can get the Samsung Galaxy A Series 5G right now. Official smartphone of MPL Season 9. Play games, Gani, without lag. You know, Gani's a Kufra player. He needs to look for moments, and with the Super AMOLED display, 120Hz refresh rate, say bye-bye.
I'm going to make a lot of moments there,
A lot of moments. Just like the teams here today, all you need to do is, for more information, is follow at Samsung Indonesia and visit Samsung.com. Synergy. That's what the players will need here today. Just like my synergy with Gani, Eterna.
It's beautiful to watch.
It is beautiful.
It's poetry in motion, actually.
It's... What?
There you go. There you have
go.
it. Gani, words just come up to his head, just like everyone else in the world. But we are going to talk a little bit more about the first game here and a draft, possibly. Because you mentioned earlier, Eterna, that he's been inconsistent with his retribution. Sometimes he's so on point. Sometimes he's lackluster. I guess we could say the same thing about Fersic. He missed 2 very crucial retributions in the match against RQ yesterday.
Only one though, Mirko. One was, he was taken down by R7, but yeah, that clay incident,
That clay incident. That's the best way to say it, right? Because it is literally the clay incident.
Yeah, that's why. And I feel like Fersic, on that moment, nerves were there, of course, miscalculations, and
I think the pressure was there as well.
And Clay stepped up.
Because those were like the last moments of game number 5, right? So if he missed that retribution, for me as a caster, I see it and I'm like, okay, fine. It's okay in a sense. But even before game spawn stuff, even the first turtle, let's say in that particular game, he can miss it.
Oh.
And I think that's a little too much for someone who got the best jungle this season.
Wow.
Oh, absolutely. But ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into the draft of game number 1, where one person will have to go home. Aura, though, they're already banning the comfort picks from the side of EVOS Legends. 1-1 and Angela. We saw this exact approach from the side of RRQ yesterday. EVOS Legends, they're leaving a hero open, Yves, and guess what? Karina,
Yves, and Aura Fire somehow respecting that 1-1 as well as Angela play. Remember on game 4 yesterday, it was the first pick. Second game, it was the first pick for side of our EVOS Legends. Now though, Aura Fire, what will they ban out next? It will be that Yves, so they will not prioritize that Yves, even though Facehugger is crazy on that Yves.
To be honest here, Aura Fire, with banning the Yves out, EVOS is left with a few options on the table here. They could be banning out that Boxia, or just take the Karina out altogether. But because that would be bad, right? If EVOS Legends left it open, because I think that it would be a priority pick for sure for the side of Aura Fire.
Here's the thing, if you ban out Karina or Boxia in your last ban, then Aura Fire will just definitely pick the other hero. So I feel like the best approach from the side of EVOS Legends is just let it open unless they do not have a game plan against Karina or Black Boxia.
Well, they can go for the ban towards the Savior, or perhaps the Grok here, which is just such a prio hero currently. But we're gonna take a look at Aura Fire, who will first pick the Karina. Again, this was the downfall of EVOS Legends yesterday when they didn't ban the Karina. When RRQ were able to first pick Karina 3 times in a row, that's what made them lose 3 times in a row. Aura, they're trying to replicate the same success that RRQ did.
Man, and Karina on high is not something that is easy to, withstand. I mean, the aggression is definitely going to be there. And that's how Aura Fire, they love to play. They love to play aggressively in the early game. They like to go for these picks, those brawls in that early game. So EVOS Legends, understanding this, they need a way to, of course, prioritize what they want to go for in terms of their own gameplay. But they also need to find a way to hinder the movements that this Karina can have, as well as try and be able to, equalize the amount of positioning that the Karina can have in that early game.
So EVOS Legends here picked up that Boxia as well as Xavier. Again, Krites on Xavier, a very strong high ground, and as well as, I feel like, somehow bursty but reliable CC as well. And to add to that, they add that Boxia. They found success several games yesterday, and then of course in the hands of First or even can be flexed. I feel like EVOS Legends, they're already here. Aura Fire immediately respond with a Lilia and as well as Popo and Koopa. Popo and Koopa was in the keys to victory here. Aura Fire, they are comfortable with their first phase of his picks.
That's so weird. For Aura Fire.
For Kabuki to play Popo.
Exactly.
We've never seen this before.
I was like, what?
Or is Kabuki the jungler this time?
Oh.
Because Popo and Koopa, usually when we see this hero,
It's
is high.
high.
That's
This-
interesting.
That could be a possibility for sure. I saw that, I was like, okay, this is a little weird. But okay, EVOS Legends now with the last pick here for the first phase. What are they going to be prioritizing here? Are they going to be picking up that Sicilian? Oh, they already picked up the Xavier this time.
Yeah.
So
they
the
picked up-
Sicilian isn't going to be a priority hero for now.
Angela. Oh no.
The Angela
was
has
banned.
already been banned. What they can do is the Rafaela, perhaps, like we saw yesterday. But the
Oh.
choice is going to be the Ling. So the Ling is going to be placed in that jungle position, not the Baxia.
Another interesting pick here for the side of EVOS Legends. They pick up the Ling, which is, yes, a very good jungler currently in the meta. Prio as well. And I like the timing of it. I like the timing of this Ling pick. Because if they picked it first, it would have just instantly been the Hilda to counter it. But he picked it here in the last pick of the first phase. So this is going to be great. EVOS, they can just ban out the Hilda right now. And that Baksha will surely be going to that roam position on the hands of Rekt. We'll see. It should just be the Hilda ban straight away here. Aura doesn't really have a roamer yet. There you go. It is not going to be the Hilda, though. It's actually going to be the Matilda first. You can't spell Matilda without Hilda, though, so I'm technically not wrong.
That is true. That is true. So yeah, our fire respond with a Melissa ban here, Hilo versus Hero, and perhaps that will be the approach from the side of our fire committing and forcing limiting heroes for side of Clover here. But EVOS Legends, what will they ban last is going to be the question. Perhaps that Hilda could come through. It is going to be annoying against Ling and as well as Xavier, but have we seen Godiva on a Hilda?
Oh, we haven't actually. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. We haven't seen him on the Hilda, but it could definitely work here against the Ling.
Yeah.
Let's just see. EVOS, if they ban it away, that means it's bye-bye to his hero, to that Hilda. But it's actually going to be the Kadira banned out. They're trying to force Godiva into a hero he's not comfortable with, which is, I think, a great idea.
He could always just pick up the Kufra, to be honest. I mean,
You're
he
right.
does have that option. Godiva has used quite an amount of heroes, actually, this season. So there is still a lot of options on the board. If he wants to be crazy, he can also pick up the Natalia if he wants to put on the pressure that Aura Fire already brings to the table here with their current composition. But Aura Fire, what will they be banning away from the side of EVOS Legends? Clover has already been target banned here with the 1-1 as well as a Melissa pick. Are they going to compete with that, or do they want to eliminate more side lane pressure from the side of EVOS Legends? Because Aura Fire, they need to win those side lanes.
Yeah, they need to win those side lanes. I feel like Kabuki and as well as Fluffy,
Wow.
but another hero for Clover has been banned. So EVOS Legends here, they are in a tough spot, especially Clover. What will he play here? The only option here for Clover is a mage. So I'm looking at a mage here for Clover, but Aura
Beatrix?
Fire, perhaps Beatrix, but Aura Fire could respond with Natalia pick. Their composition is so squishy here, apart from that Baksha.
You're right, you're right. Beatrix, Clint, I guess, could work as well, but it's two heroes that are very, very vulnerable. Considering that Aura Fire has a lot of dive, has a lot of poke as well with that Pop 1 Koopa, it's going to be really tough. They're really, really pushing down on Clover's hero pool, and that might just cost EVOS Legends the game, but there you go. It is going to be the Beatrix, like you predicted, a Turna for the side of EVOS. Aura, they need a roamer, and they need an XP lane. Currently, we don't know whether this Baksha is going to be going to that XP or the roam position. So Aura, they can't really go for a counter pick just yet. I think the safe pick would be to go with the Kufra for that Ling as an approach to that Ling, and maybe go for a little bit more dive. Yuzong.
I like Yuzong.
Yeah.
I like Yuzong, and as well, something for the roam. Okay, just go full dive here with Karina, with Yuzong, and as well as Kufra.
Yep.
Eterna touched on Kufra as well. I like it. It can catch Beatrix as well, and of course Xavier. So why not Kufra and as well as Yuzong to just commit to that fact? But no.
Oh my god.
So it will be Hilda and as well as Hylos. I don't mind it at all.
Two heroes that we don't
It's out of the box for sure.
often see from the side of Aura Fire, for sure. I mean, this is crazy. I love the adaptability coming in from Aura Fire right now. They are going full heavy dive composition right now. The Lilia is going to be, it's a really reliable hero as well as a mage. Not easily targeted. So is the Popoleng Koopa. How will EVOS Legends do this? They need CC, no, at the stage?
If it's not CC, what do they need? At this point, who can lane against the high loss properly?
Honestly, they need burst. Someone who can burst.
Gyros.
Dyroth could be the answer here for Anti-Mage, perhaps. Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
Paquito
here.
works better in my opinion here, but oh my god, it's
Wow.
a wait.
Wow.
That did not sound like a cho, but okay, it is a cho.
Wow, they are. This is a ballsy move from Zace here. I feel like draft-wise.
But again, who's going to be able to shred this Hylos down aside from the Beatrix, which needs to get going here? If she doesn't get a snowball or if she doesn't have time to scale up towards that late game, it's going to be so hard to burst Hylos down. Every time I think of Hylos, I just think Boots. I don't think Fluffy.
Exactly.
Fluffy plays these flashy heroes. He does not. He hasn't shown any success with these, I don't know, low mechanical heroes like the Hylos in the regular season. So again, a very, very unique draft from the side of Aura, but this is why we've loved them, right? This is why we've come to love them. Their unique drafting. But ladies and gentlemen, the first match of day number 3, the semifinals of the lower brackets will start now as we dive into the Land of Dawn. And man, this is going to be intense. Aura Fire and EVOS Legends with their picks. Hilda on the hands of Godiva. This is going to be very interesting. We haven't seen this at all.
But it does accentuate his playstyle, though. A little similar to Rekt. So we'll see how this actually goes on to the side of EVOS Legends, because I completely agree with you. I don't think anyone can burst down the composition that Aura Fire has brought to the table. We've seen how chunky Rekt can be on the Hilda, so I can expect the same thing from Godiva here in game number 1.
Absolutely. Well, Godiva is already going to get chunked low. Cried as well, going for the damage onto Facehugger. This might just be first blood. There you have it. The Battle of the Roamers will be won out by Rekt. First blood presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy AC. He's going for a double. He dives in the inner turret, and it doesn't even get taken down. Well, technically, it's only the Roamers, so they don't need to panic that hard, but still, that's huge. Facehugger's going to lose a lot of XP and gold in that mid lane.
Yeah, as of right now, composition-wise, I feel like Fluffy, he just needs to hold his lane. And yeah, take a look at Kabuki on this Popol and Koopa. Farm, 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 and as well as objective. Clover, though, is struggling to defend.
He is. You know, Clover is going to lose lane. Whether you like it or not, this is just not a winning matchup for the side of EVOS Legends in that gold lane. But as long as Rekt just holds everyone down, it's going to be really hard, but he's going to be high, jumping in with the damage, and he will surely pick up a kill here. A little bit too aggressive from the EVOS Legends captain, as Aura Fire will be able to equalize, and they're looking for a dive here down below. No ultimate yet, but it's going to be Godiva jumping in. High picks up the kill with his ultimate. It is still Godiva living as well, and that's going to be all of the turret shield taken away. He's going to lose Koopa, but it's all fine.
Revenge story from the side of Aura Fire here, equalizing in terms of that kill. And we're going to see what happens here. For the moment, EVOS Legends, they're known to be more objective-centered, but what we see on screen is actually Aura Fire are taking the initiative.
This is what Aura can do with their composition. They have the Karina, which is just so good in the early stages of the game, but Kabuki needs to be careful. He dodges out from the render shot. Krite doesn't have the Dawning Light. He's trying to get that immobility, which is just a little bit off range. Fairsick, though, he's trying to go for the dive. He will be able to jump in with a Defiant Blade, and there you have it. A kill picked up for the side of EVOS. They're trying to trade down below. Godiva will be here to maybe add a little bit more pressure as Fairsick goes over the Tempest of Blades. Godiva will pop that sprint as Facehugger will come to back him up. Godiva's looking for more. Fairsick will jump out. He still has a purple buff. Very resourceful with that mana, with that energy, and he's going to be able to jump out with the Finch Poise easily.
I feel like looking at the talents here, Mage, Facehugger, he's going for the burst and as well as movement speed. So extra, you know, rotations perhaps from this guy, and as well as Cry goes for the same as well. And off camera, Clover gets picked off.
Oh, this is bad, man. Like Fairsick, he's losing out farm against against High in the jungle, and in that bottom side, look at what Kabuki's doing. He's denying the minions. He's not instantly taking the turret down, so there's a lot of gold that Clover has lost in the past 3 minutes of the game.
3 minutes in, and already Aura Fire sitting at a 1,600 gold lead, and I think they want more here. They do have to be careful because Rekt is there in that area to open up some vision, but Godiva goes in very aggressively here, opening the map.
Yeah, you can see that Godiva, he's just so aggressive. Immobility is there as well from the side of Krite to help him out, but Rekt will lose his shield unity. Hai is actually going to go on to Rekt, which is a very surprising target here. Fluffy will be able to back him up with a glorious pathway. Dawning Light connects on the 3 members. The Beerus Bash will be popped, but he's going to be bursted down. Clover forced to back away. Anti-Mage, a very good disengage with that way. The Dragon of Facehugger is just dealing damage, wreaking havoc. That's going to be Kabuki sending over to Koopa, and Facehugger will be the one to pick the kill up. 2,000 gold lead for Aura Fire as they push their kill lead onto 4, and they're looking for objectives again. That turret shield in the mid lane taken down to a quarter of its health, and it's pressure already for Aura, for the turtle.
This is the game, but sometimes they start to make mistakes in that mid game. So let's hope this time around that is going to be minimized from the side of Aura Fire, as they are working very aggressively in that early game. But EVOS Legends, it only takes just one moment for them to bring it back onto them as well.
Yeah, if we're talking about levels here, First is one level below, and Aura Fire keeps the initiative here. Top side will fall, perhaps. Yeah,
It
definitely.
is. Wow. It's not just the top side, it's the turret gold as well. They've been able to take 2 full turret shields, and in that mid lane, it was taken down to a quarter of health. So this 3,000 gold lead has mostly been from objectives. EVOS, they're kind of equal when we're just talking about kills.
They are kind of equal, so we'll see what happens here. Aura Fire is still leading with a 3,000 gold lead. They do need to push the tempo up a little bit, for example. But even if we do drag it to the late game, I do feel like Aura Fire has a fighting chance, as now we're going to take a look at the items here 5 minutes in.
Yeah, Hai already building on his way towards Guardian Helmet, and of course that Molten Essence will come huge here during team fights, during engages as well. But on the other side, Rex also built that Molten Essence, so it will be a head-to-head, but that purple buff invasion here, Ling has no purple buff.
This is where it gets tough for the side of EVOS. When Fairsick does not have the purple buff, Aura will certainly be able to create more pressure on the map. That's bottom side tier 2 taken down for nothing. EVOS Legends, they're desperately looking for a trade on the map, but they're not getting it. At this point, Fairsick is just going to be constantly split pushing, but I think Kabuki can 1v1 him.
I just really didn't like Anti-Mage's pick on that Cho.
Same.
When Aura Fire, they go in for a siege, let's say, what can EVOS Legends do?
Exactly.
Cho only has a single target lock.
Only relying on Krite, I feel like, and as well as Firsick. Oh, no, there's Beatrix, but yeah, only relying heavily on Krite and as well as Beatrix on defense. Meanwhile, Aura Fire, with Popo and Koopa, with Karina, they have a lot of gameplay potential here. They can split push, they can poke, they can also set team fights. And with 4,000 in their hands, EVOS Legends, they are struggling to find a play here. Minute number 6.
Oh my god, that's his 3rd turtle of the game taken away. Anti-Mage, what was he doing? He gets instantly demolished there. Aura Fire had the better pressure, had the better setup. EVOS, they try to open up the map, but I don't think that was the right move to make. 4,000 gold lead. Aura have just been dominating. 3 turrets to 1, 3 turtles to none. EVOS Legends are looking for something here in the mid lane, but it's going to be Godiva jumping in very aggressively. Wow. He might lose his life, and he will. Clover takes the kill. Very aggressive. A little bit too aggressive from Godiva, but still, 4,000 gold in the hands of Aura Fire.
EVOS Legends, they are looking for some compensation, some trades on the map. I do see Firsick there rotating towards that top side, dealing a lot of pressure onto those minion waves and forcing Aura Fire to deal with that. But so far, it hasn't amounted to anything, but we do see them try in a way.
Yeah, it is the only way. It is the only thing that EVOS Legends can do. Split push, and yeah, Firsick is doing his job here, trying to make plays, trying to somehow bait the mistakes that sometimes Aura Fire will make. And that is where Aura Fire should be concerned of, not making mistakes even or blunders. But yeah, 60 seconds to the next load here. Still Aura Fire with 4,000 gold lead. Perhaps they can shake things up here in the mid side. Yeah,
we didn't really talk about the sprint from Clover because we've just seen so many sprints, but so far in this game, I feel like the flicker would have been much better than the sprint. He's in a lane against a Popo and Koopa who has that tap stun. It's really tough for him to get out just with the sprint alone. So this sprint hasn't really helped him out a lot, but Firsick now in that top side, turn to the fan. Dawning Light going to be able to connect his Facehugger, will be forced to use that Black Shoes. Now Rekt jumps in with the re-engage. That was going to be popped. His Facehugger is going to get taken down by the side of Rekt. Godiva now caught in the bad situation. His Firsick will be able to munch him down. He gets another kill. Anti-Mage will fall, but at what cost? His team is going to be able to do a lot of damage. High. He jumps in under the turret to die. Fluffy still surviving, gets the stun onto Firsick. He's going to be able to deal the damage as well, but it won't be enough. High picks up the kill with a double now. Firsick takes up a double of his own. The Battle of the junglers in the top side as High jumps to an ultimate, but Fiersic has his Finch poised. He gets out, and that's the objective play from the side of EVOS Legends, taking the turret in the mid lane and equalizing in that gold in the 8th minute. It was a 4,000 lead for Aura, but like you mentioned, these risky plays, they can be devastating to Aura.
Yeah, for the moment, EVOS Legends are actually playing this really well. What previously was a 4,000 gold lead has actually been taken to a 1,000 gold lead, and that's the thing. High was so obsessed with...
And this is what we said in the keys to victory. Capitalize on Godiva's aggression. He likes to open up the map alone, and there you have it. That's why Anti-Mage picked up the Cho. They use it to pick up objectives and these pickoffs on the map.
I do agree with you on that. I feel like, yeah, Anti-Mage could make plays on the Cho, but it's Anti-Mage. I feel like give him a tanky hero, give him a momentum-based hero, but another engage.
Another engage is here. Fluffy, we asked this question, who's going to be able to melt him down? It turns out everyone can. High, jumping to the backside right now. That's going to be the Vengeance pop by Rek to deal a lot of damage, and that's going to be the way the Dragon locking him down. Shut down, picked up by Clover. It's going to be traded though, as Rek will be taken down. No, Kabuki! He walked up with Facehugger, and Facehugger will just claim all of that Nibiru passion damage to himself. He takes it in like a man, but he is going to get taken down. 500 gold lead now for Aura, and nope, it's been turned around completely. EVOS with the lead.
EVOS Legends now with the lead, surprisingly. So this is what I mentioned earlier. Aura Fire, they like to make mistakes, and now we're going to take a look at what exactly happened in the instant replay by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
Yeah, looking at the replay, High was out of position, Facehugger was out of position, and EVOS were ready to fight. And that all of the resources were spent on the right target as well. High and as well as Facehugger gets taken down, and it was a free lord practically. Now, Aura Fire, they're on the defense.
What happened?
Fiersic is playing so well with his targeting. It's insane. He's literally turning all these team fights around, being able to go in at that right moment and that last seconds to take down members on the side of Aura Fire. It has been beautiful to watch as the Lord is marching down there in that bottom side.
Oh, this is going to be tough for the side of Aura Fire. That's the Glorious Pathway used, but again, it's just used defensively to create space for Aura to take that Lord down on the bottom side. Meanwhile, Fiersic, he's been munching on that top side with a Dawning Light as well, connecting onto Kabuki. That's half of his HP gone, forcing him to use that regeneration, and now the tides have completely turned. Aura were the ones to push the pace in the enemy jungle, taking Fiersic's purple. This time, it's Fiersic doing the same thing towards High. He has a level lead now. What an amazing game by EVO so far. They've been able to weather out the storm, and now, look at the goal. They're leading.
Yeah, once again, Aura Fire displayed, overzealousness, and High here engaging, not the wisest move.
Oh, Anti-Mage goes away the Dragon Flicker. He brings him back to Nibiru's passion, but it's going to be the Winner's Truncheon popped and used. Dawning Light was there. High's going to be able to get out, but Fiersic will target Facehugger down. Rek gets taken down, but Fiersic picks up a double kill. He's looking for more right now as he pops the time of the blaze, looking for a triple kill. He gets it. He's looking for the Maniac. Will he get it? Krite will deny him that chance, but EVOS, they were able to wipe Aura Fire out. That most probably will be game number 1 here. Let's see, can they end it? The question will be answered here. Fiersic tanks it up. Clover goes in for the Wesker shots, and there you have it. Game number 1. EVOS with the comeback and the lead in the series.
A single moment was what it took for EVOS Legends to capitalize over the mistakes that Aura Fire made. A single moment. That is how competitive, that is how fast-paced MPL ID has been. And congratulations to EVOS Legends for being so patient from that early game, being able to just weather the storm like Miracle mentioned, and eventually taking that game for themselves.
Pattern does not lie, ladies and gentlemen. Aura Fire, we knew that they are a team that is very strong in the early game, but it's just lost in the mid game. Once again, they did the same routine here against EVOS. Game 1, they got overzealous. They want to war top side, which actually EVOS Legends, they are ready item-wise and as well as position-wise, capitalizing the mistakes and the war as well. And after 5,000 gold lead almost, it went towards EVOS Legends. Slowly but surely. And yeah, Aura Fire lost the first game based on that fight top side.
It's insane because I felt like Aura Fire, they had the better composition.
Yeah. We were all unanimous here, composition-wise, draft-wise. It was for side of Aura Fire, but Yeah, execution, man. It all comes down to execution. Sometimes the vision of the coach and the execution of the players is not aligned. And there you go, our Fire lost in the mid game. And after they lost their control, EVOS Legends just stepped up, played fantastically disciplined, and well-deserved win here for EVOS Legends.
Way too aggressive, way too many risky plays from Aura, and EVOS were able to capitalize on every single mistake that Aura made in that game. They didn't make any mistakes in the first few minutes. They were able to trade really well, Aura Fire, but again, EVOS, knowing their win conditions, they need to wait for Beatrix to get her item spike, and same goes for that Savior in the mid lane. They were able to weather out the storm, and there you have it, the victory in 12 minutes. Wow.
Victory in 12 minutes, and EVOS Legends at the end of the day for game number 1, it will be 16 to 11. High though, good stat actually, 4-5, but in the mid game towards the late, his impact was not there. It is because it is now hard for Aura Fire to find a good engage. Meanwhile, EVOS Legends with their composition, anti-mage that we were doubting his pick, his only purpose, his only job was just to hold lanes and find good pickoffs, either to Kabuki or even High, or if possible, Godiva is not also a waste of resources, it seems like. And building, of course, Tanky and Clover here, 4-2-3, very stepped up, but one player shines all here from side of EVOS Legends First with a 606 stat. He played a perfect lane here in this game. Farmed, even though he lost his purple buff a couple of times, he managed to stay composed and just focus on other, like split pushing top side. And that creates Aura Fire to somehow lose their control. Only 2 lanes that they control, they cannot somehow find the opening to go for more objectives, go for good team fights. And yeah, First played a wonderful lane here in this game.
It's a beautiful performance, a clinical one, man. A lot of hate towards First yesterday, especially after the El Clasico match, but again, he has stepped up here in day number 3 of the playoffs, and now we're going to take a look at the post-game recap of game number 1, where Godiva actually took the most damage.
As a Hilda, it is not a surprise, even though Baksha is on your opposing team, but Godiva was somehow more proactive. Efficient in this game, not really. Sure, he makes he made a couple of plays, but yeah, sometimes he is a little bit too overextended, I feel like. But yeah, the carry will be cried as the Xavier, which guy, of course, will be Ling, or First almost 1,000 gold per minute. It is a close game because the damage to tower was, yeah, take a look. It's it's almost dead even, but EVOS Legends pulled out in the late game. Let's take a look at that MVP.
Who do you think is going to be the MVP?
First, to be honest.
Yeah. It should be First here. There you go. MVP presented to you by Samsung Galaxy A series. First 6-0-6, 979 GPM. Oh man, that was such a clean Ling game. And look at his build. Considering that he was up against a very tanky composition, he didn't go for the DHS. He went for a full crit build, and that's why that backline was just shredded to pieces. Facehugger, say goodbye. Kabuki? Yeah, no, he's not going to be able to survive that. I feel like everyone in that back line, this guy is the nightmare. He is the nightmare for Aura Fire's composition.
His timing was perfect. His information, I feel like, from the teammates were perfect as well. So, yeah, his timing was just always on time there to execute the squishier members with this build as well. Windtalker was there. Endless Battle, True Damage is also there. So, yeah, targeting also very, very on point for the side of First. But let's take a look at the MVP highlight here, presented to you by Samsung Galaxy A series. Yeah, take a look at this. The timing, Tempest that played every Finch Poise and as well as Divine Sword was just so on point. Of course, helped by the teammates, but yeah, he knows when to go in, when to go aggressive. This was when it was a close call here. Fluffy was also low, but First comes on top, and this was somehow the great escape from High. But yeah, once again, First looking for the back lines immediately, and once he gets his target, he just goes back to objectives.
It's the hit and run.
Taking no time. The hit and run is there, and yeah, again, First played a perfect lane here in this game. It is so evident.
Look at the way he's able to just target so perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, it looks so easy when he plays it. And then when I
does.
pick it up, it's like, what am I doing? What is
Yeah.
this? Where are the swords?
See, that's the relatable Ling. Eh, when I watch Persik, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what he's doing. And when I'm looking at Eternal, I'm like, yeah, that's my Ling too, you know, because we just don't know. We can't take the blades like that. But man, what a performance by Persik here. Not just taking off the blades, but that perfect targeting.